Happy birthday, everybody, and welcome to Cerealsly, where we take cereals seriously. And today on Cerealsly, we're taking a look at two new cereals from Kellogg's in their Extra series. Here's the first one, Extra Almonds, and here's the second, Extra Cinnamon. Both of these cereals are brand new for 2024, but I have to come out swinging and say that Kellogg's has lost a lot of my trust after the disastrous release of mouth-off cereals recently. Those cereals were so bad, and I'd love for you to check out my recent review of them after you finish this video, that I feel like I have some trauma around the idea of new and Kellogg's. Still, the best way to live life is to face our fears. So with the strength of you, the viewers, behind me, I'm gonna get back on the horse. I'm gonna be brave, and I'm going to eat this cereal. With that out of the way, the number one question I have for the cereal should be obvious. Extra what? Kellogg's definitely has a few different cereals out there, mostly in Mexico it seems, that are called Extra, and they certainly are. Their different varieties have had flakes and chocolate and almonds and cranberries and peanut butter and pecans and bananas. Now that's extra. Here, in this American release, we get crispy clusters. Even Kellogg's themselves had trouble coming up with a reason to call these things extra. Their webpage uses vapid descriptors like extra dreamy and extra luscious. Really, it seems like these are just honey bunches of oats with only the bunches, which actually exist out there already as just bunches. I should have gotten that to compare it to. These aren't extra, they're just regular. If anything, they have fewer important ingredients than most Kellogg's cereals. But let me now turn a corner and say that what they do have looks very yummy. They're basically oats and sugar. It's like the least complicated granola ever. And Kellogg's knows granolas. They produce the Bare Naked line of granolas, and some of those have tons of bonus goodies added. In fact, maybe that's what this is. Maybe the name Extra means that you're supposed to use this as a base of your granola and add whatever extra stuff that you want. That's not it. It should be. Another reason they should be calling me for marketing advice. But let me say, there is one aspect of this that amazed me when I saw it. This almond box looks totally normal, but this cinnamon box, oh, it has the most gorgeous, embossed, gold foil logo I have ever seen. Can you see it shining? Holy moly! It is truly beautiful. I have to admit, this is the most extra logo I've ever come across. So I'm going to add points from that extravagantly designed logo and say that all is forgiven for the ridiculously lazy name. But let's remember, Kellogg's runs the gamut when it comes to cereal types. They have their yummy, kid-focused side with Apple Jacks and Fruit Loops, and they have their more solid, more adult brands like Corn Flakes and Cracklin' Oat Bran. And now they have, in addition to all that, something extra. What do you think? Will these bring something extra wonderful to our cereal bowls that will be deserving of that name? Or is this just extra lazy branding for a too simple semi-granola? Friends, it's time to eat some cereal. All right, I think I am ready. I have got my bowls, I got my spoon, I got my milk, and of course, I've got the cereals for today. Let's give these things a try. I think I'll start with the almond. That seems like more of a basic flavor for a cereal called Extra. Just does not seem to make sense to me. But let's open these things up. Okay, without even eating them, I gotta tell you, these are some of the heaviest cereals in the world. Up there with like grape nuts level of heaviness here. Makes sense. They seem to be hearty. I think they're one of those cereals that's a little bit more expensive, $7, $8, $9 a box. Dang, these better be heavy. They gotta be extra everything to be worth that price. All right, let's pour them in a bowl, see what we got. Well, these are extra bland in color. Shockingly tan, like a chicken breast with no browning on it, no char on it. Lame, lame, lame. I guess it looks like granola. It looks like part of granola, the most basic granola on earth. All right, let's give this a try. Kellogg's Extra Almonds. If you like oatmeal, this one tastes like dry packet of oatmeal. Original plain oatmeal with sugar sprinkled on it. It doesn't taste like much at all, but what is here is pretty fine. It absolutely tastes like the first conveyor belt of a granola factory, and that conveyor belt is supposed to lead to other things to get added in, and they just skip that part and put it in a box. I can't believe how basic this tastes. It tastes middling, modest, temperate, not extra. That is the last title I would ever come up with for this cereal. It is not extra anything. It's extra nothing. Let's put some milk on it and think about it more. Extra what? Well, the milk made it look more bland. How could it be? Boy, even if I was eating a granola bar and if it was this beige, I would just think it's lame. All right, let's give it a try. Kellogg's Extra Almond in milk. There's also like a mustiness to it, like an old flavor to it. Sometimes at our house, we buy a box of granola bars to like take to Disneyland or something so our kids have something to eat while we're standing in line, but we don't get through them. We don't get through the whole box. Then months and months later, I find them in the back of the closet. I'm like, oh, a granola bar. And I reach in there and I grab a granola bar and I taste it. And there's something that tastes like it's been in a closet for a year. That's what this tastes like. One more try. I'm falling asleep. These are so boring. I suppose they couldn't call them nothing. Maybe somebody at Kellogg's invented these, took them to their boss, and their boss is like, this is not a cereal. This is nothing. You need to add something extra. But all that employee heard was extra, and then they put it on store shelves. Wow, this is a weird one. I would give this first one, Extra Crispy Clusters Almond, a 1. I mean, it is not repulsive. It's not nasty, but boy, is it lame. Let's try the other flavor here. It says it has cinnamon on it. I don't think that could be hurtful. That's gotta be something. That's extra. There's something extra in this. Not much though. Get real. And they took the almonds out. Is that true? Yeah, there's not even almonds. Let me say again though, I am in awe of this logo. What extra work they put into that. Oh geez, I ripped the bag. All right, let's pour it in the bowl. Well, this is certainly dark. Come on out, cereal. It's getting everywhere. Well, this is certainly darker. I wanted a darker looking cereal, and that's what I got with this bowl. It's just as bland. There is some sort of matte finish going on on both of these that make this cereal look bad. It just doesn't look appetizing. All right, let's give this a try. Extra Crispy Clusters Cinnamon. See how it tastes. Okay. This is way better. The cinnamon is something. This is edible as a totally fine beginning of granola. You should put raisins in here. You should put slices of bananas in here. You should put something else to pep this up a little bit, but at least it's a stable base where that one was not. Let me give it one more try dry. Very good amount of salt, the right amount of salt. This doesn't taste like kid cinnamon like you might find in Cinnamon Toast Crunch, but nor does it taste like organic adult cinnamon that you're like, this is too real. This is good cereal cinnamon for normal people. I rather like this one. Way better. Still mild, still reasonable. I wouldn't have called it extra, but it is at least better than that other nonsense that we already tried. All right, let's give this a try. Extra Crispy Cluster Cinnamon with milk. You know what it is? This tastes like an oatmeal cookie without the raisins in it. An oatmeal raisin cookie without the raisins. And it's the salt that does it. The salt makes it taste cookie-like. You should get this one. This one's good. That one was bad. Honestly, I can imagine this cereal being a little bit addictive, like a good oatmeal raisin cookie should be. It's got that cinnamon bite to it, salty tang to it, and you just want to go back for more. If this had raisins in it, this would be killer. Well, they absolutely blew the marketing on this cereal. It should be called base value, or build a cereal, granola foundations, something like that. Because if you add things to this cereal, this cinnamon one especially, it's gonna be great because it is so basic. I've got to give it a 3.5. I'm really enjoying it. It tastes good, but there is nothing extra about it. It's problematically non-extra. Well, friends, we have done it all. We talked, we ate, we discovered something extra that was with us the whole time, our love for one another. And now, it's enough. If you'd like to try today's cereals for yourself, I found both of these at Walmart, so you should have no problem finding them in a grocery store near you. Definitely look for this incredibly super awesome logo on the cinnamon one if you're able. That is a real cereal lover's treat. Now listen, if you haven't yet, please like this video, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment with what cereal we should look at together in a future episode. Until then, never be soggy, my friends. Bye-bye.